hours reasonable?
It says reasonable, right? But it says, when you do that, if you look at Cushing's manual, it says date certain.
Yeah, to me,
Right?
48
and actually,
hours.
they use Old English language to say the same
To
thing.
me, 48 business hours would be reasonable.
Well, actually, if it's a continuation, it would be like a continuation of a court case. You could start it up the next day.
Start right away. Do you have any cups?
No, what I'm saying,
Any
Mike, though,
cups?
is to me, up to 48 hours would be reasonable. Otherwise, just post another meeting because you're within.
Well, then you could just post it when
yeah.
it needs to be done.
He calls me. This is probably kills me. This electrician and the owner of this building put me on this job. He only calls me at 6 o'clock every night because I think he doesn't give me his cell phone. I can't call him back.
An ordinance on what?
Aggressive panhandling.
Oh, I saw that today. Yeah, I saw that today. So what's their intent to enforce? How do you?
Well, right now the code is, if someone's standing in the middle of the road,
Yeah.
it's a situation of
Yeah. Same thing with tagging, by the way. I haven't made a big deal about that, but there's some safety issues with what kids do with tagging.
The only thing they ate all day was a Snickers bar.
Good.
It's just like,
Yeah, absolutely.
McDonald's good. Okay, yeah. Okay, I know where the island is. Okay, I was thinking Canal Street.
the next week, I'm going to see the Salem State.
Yeah.
Same island?
Same
Oh,
island.
wonderful.
So the chief said he's going to talk to,
One of my sons, political campaign, which is, I was attending the same contribution with Stewart.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's interesting.
What's that?
He gave $100.
I'm generous.
Good man. And I'm on it too.
How much did you get?
I gave 25 my buddy. 30, so it's 55 from us. I'm up above you alphabetically.
I usually give like $100. Like, whenever Joan had fundraisers to eat dinner, so then I always give $100.
It's probably not a
Well,
good
that's the purpose of the fundraiser.
One of you have a ordinance book with you.
The kid is eating
Yes.
food again. Very good. After a bad way for organized. All you're eating is olives, then you're in trouble.
That's fantastic. It's called Pumpkin Somebody.
Not on tape, so don't say that.
I'm maintaining now, bro.
Is Robin White here? I don't see him. I don't see him. No. Robert, right, another set. Robin? Okay. Robin, I'm trying to think, there is a Robin, right, but isn't she next? Wasn't she the one that was in,
It has been in the past.
Princess
There's
Bride, I think.
usually a lot more trees.
So
Yeah.
when I didn't get it till like a day and a half later, I was not happy.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
Because when I told them too, I could tell that they didn't really believe me.
It's hard to imagine like that.
January 8th, 2013, continuation of a special meeting of the City Council was held in the City Council chamber on Tuesday, June 8th, 2013 at 6 p.m. for the purpose of filling the vacancy of the Councilor at-Large seat as a result of the resignation of Councilor Joan B. Lovely in accordance with the Salem City Charter, Section 59A. Notice of this meeting was posted on January 4th, 2013 at 10:01 a.m. All councilors are present. President Ryan is presiding. The following candidates for the position of Councilor at Large in alphabetical order. One, we have Lucy Corchado of 1 Chase Street, Apartment 2. 2, William H. Legault of 2 Orange Street. 3, Stephen A. Pinto of 55 Columbus Avenue. 4, Kenneth A. Sawicki, 40 School Street. 5, Christopher O. Sicarenza, 7 Cedar Street. And 6, Robert J. Wright, 1 Essex Street. Before we start with ballot 301, I want to allow the 6 candidates to address the council. They don't have to, if they would like to get up and speak. And then we'll have the councilors, if they have any questions they want to ask. So we'll start with Lucy, if you want to. Do you want to say anything? You don't have to if you don't want to. If not.
I'll say a few words, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So good evening again. I want to thank you for the opportunity to allow me to address you this evening. I'll be brief. Just to let you know, the decision to put my name forward to fill out Joan Lovely's seat was not one that I took lightly. It was very difficult. I had to speak with the family. I have a number of obligations, as you saw in my letter of interest, in terms of my involvement in the community and in the city. So it was a tough decision for me, but it was one that was made a little easier because of the support that I had and the number of folks who kind of pushed and inspired and motivated me to do so. But who knew that this was going to play out the way it did? Had it not been for a number of folks, both present and from their homes watching it unfold, who kept calling and texting me to stick it out and hang in there, I would have walked out. It was not only embarrassing, but painful to be a part of. As I stated after Thursday's stalemate, and in an effort to move the process forward, I was willing to step down if Steve Pinto did, and I know it was between both of us. He chose not to, and I don't know if there's a change of heart, but my understanding that there isn't, so, and I respect his decision. So I too will remain, taking one for the team, and on behalf of my city and supporters, a small sacrifice compared to what the city and those who have supported me have given me. The will to fight despite all odds and hold my head up high while doing so. You have my letter of interest. You know what my involvement has been in the city and beyond, and you know I'm qualified to serve. Not only do I have the experience, but I also represent a demographic that would otherwise not be represented. It's got to be said, and I don't mind saying it. Regardless of the outcome, I'm hoping, at the very least, to serve as an inspiration for others, to also run for office, praying that this experience and what has transpired doesn't negatively affect that future decision to run. I'd like to end by offering my special thanks to all, in particular to those who have supported me from the beginning, from that night Thursday until 2:30 in the morning. I appreciate it, those who kept texting me, and to those on the council who supported me, I thank you for your support as well. And again, this is not a do or die for me. I will respect the decision of the body, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Lucy. Can you just wait there 1 second? Lucy, I just want to, if any counselor wanted to ask any questions or make any comments, you don't have to either. I just want to give people an opportunity. I just want to thank you for putting your name in. I'm sorry we had to go through that process. I'm glad you stayed the whole night. I don't know if you had to go to work the next day like me, but it was not fun, and I hope that never happens again. And
I hope so too.
From me personally, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I don't want to go through that ever again.
Yeah,
Thank
I don't think anyone does. Thank you.
Thank you. William H. Legault, would you like to say anything?
I'm William Legault, 2 Warren Street. I started life as a point kid here in Salem, Perkins Street. And we moved over to Ward Street, and I was there for the infamous and very overrated clash of the cultures in the late 60s and early 70s. I grew up as a teen on Derby Street, back when that was still considered a rough and tumble neighborhood, kind of blue collar, before it became the desirable place to live that it is now. I grew up in Salem. I am Salem, as are a lot of people in this city, including those that weren't born here. I didn't put in my name for this position to fulfill a dream or my ego, although my father would be absolutely nuts over this. He would be puffed up with pride at my standing up here speaking to this council and putting my name in the hat for this position. Nobody asked me to do this, although, to be honest, I've been asked in the past to run at ward level and for the at-large seats, going back as far as 8 years. I've always chosen not to do that. As I heard what was going on and the debate that was happening behind the scenes for this, I just thought that now was the time to throw my name in as a fresh choice, and I'm comfortable with that. It's not my dream. I don't wake up in the morning wishing I was a city councilor, but I am willing to step forward and do the job as needed. I have no agenda other than to serve this council and to serve the people, families, and businesses of this city. Thank you.
Thank you, and also I want to apologize to you also personally for Thursday night. Hopefully that never happens again, but democracy is not a clean thing. Sometimes it gets messy, so.
That's
that
part
was
of the
really
business.
messy. I don't know, any counselor want to say anything? Not? Thank you, Bill. Steve Pinto? Stephen A. Pinto, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the City Council, Madam City Clerk. Like Billy Legault, I am a Salem kid. Not anymore, I'm a Salem man now, but I was born and raised here. What transpired last Thursday was something I'm sure no one anticipated, but Councilor Ryan, President Ryan just said democracy. It was democracy in action. It wasn't perfect, but it was the will of this body that they felt that strongly on both sides to do what they did. Yes, it was a long night, but in the end, even though we didn't get anywhere, we're back here tonight and we are going to get somewhere. When this seat became open, I thought with my experience having sat in that seat that's empty right next to Arthur for 4 years, I had the experience. I was an at-large counselor, so that I thought if I put my name forward, I would have something to offer. I wouldn't kind of have to be brought up to snuff. I could kind of hit the ground running so that there wouldn't be a period where I really couldn't adjust or really couldn't adapt or know what was going on. And anybody that sat in this city council, including Lucy, will tell you the same thing. It is a learning curve. It is an adjustment. It takes time. But I just want to say that my intentions were to serve. I was proud to serve. I'm proud to be from Salem, and I'm proud to live in Salem. I was born in Salem, and I'm raising my family in Salem. So that's what this is all about. This is all about Salem, the city, and the people in it. Tremendous people. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life in this city that I didn't know and I grew up in when I became a counselor. So I will just say that, for the record, what transpired last Thursday when I was approached about running again, when Councilor Carr had asked each candidate if they would run if they were given the seat. And I answered it truthfully because I really didn't know with my job. I would be willing to not seek the seat again if I were elected. Not seek the council at large seat again if I were not elected, even though that's not the way the city charter has it written. But that is something I would just throw out there, just so I make that aware, because I believe it was Councilor Carr and Councilor McCarthy that had stated incumbency as a decision in their voting. With that, Mr. President, if anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Anyone have any questions?
So,
I just want to apologize.
you don't have to apologize,
Apologize.
Mr. President. It's democracy.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kenneth Sawicki, A. Sawicki.
I want to thank you, Mr. Council President Ryan, for this opportunity. I welcome the opportunity to be able to say a few words, and I'd like to say that I'm very proud to be part of this process. I think it's a very good opportunity for one and all to learn something from it. What I intended to do was to offer a possible solution to the deadlock. In respect to the remaining candidates, I asked if they could go, and I would return to the podium to give that possible proposal at the end, rather than right now. I think it'd be best for the other candidates to have their opportunity first.
Okay, unless there's no objection, I don't have a problem with that. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Christopher, is it Sikaranza? I don't want to butcher your name, sorry.
Sikaranza. And it's Cedar Avenue, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. President. Thank you, all councilors, for this opportunity once again tonight. I'm going to be brief in the interest of this whole process moving on with some diligence. I just want to open up with the words that my letter of interest started with, and I just want to have that ring through to all of us here tonight, because I think that's why we're here tonight. Honor, integrity, determination, and accountability. I was demanding leadership. I still think I can provide it. I'm very confident in the people that I've worked with thus far behind the scenes to try to find that. And I really believe that what we're seeing now is democracy coming alive once again in Salem. I cannot believe the amount of support, outreach, contact, emails, letters, social media contacts that I have received throughout this process. I cannot believe it. People are invigorated by what has happened, for good, bad, or indifferent. They are aware. To that end, I am still available as a compromise candidate, as are other people, but that's what we need right now. Compromise, a solution. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to be here tonight, but I am very mindful of the fact that we need to get there first. And until that happens, I'm going to make sure that I will continue to fight for that. And I will continue to make sure that I will be in these meetings, and I aim to showcase what that actually all means, and through actions and not just words. I'm very hopeful that we'll find a resolution tonight, and I expect to see it. To that end, thank you again.
Thank you.
And I appreciate the
And
opportunity.
I'm sorry, but I just have to apologize personally, because even though it is messy, and you brought up one of the bright points of this is there's going to be a lot of people running, and it's going to be, which is always good, more competition. It makes for better government.
I think my youthful energy perhaps got a hold of me at one point in the evening, but I don't think anybody has to apologize, if only to the people of Salem. To truly, the people who lost here were the people of Salem, and I want to make sure that that's remembered. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I'm available.
Anyone have any questions? Nope.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And the last one will be you, but Robert J. Wright, is he here today? He's here tonight. Okay. If you can, Mr. Sawicki, if you want to come up.
Thank you all once again. It is my intention to propose a possible solution. I believe the solution is a rather simple one. Though the procedure and process in order to arrive at the solution may take a little time to explain. If I may, could I please ask the Council President to open a motion in order to engage everyone that's a member of the City Council? That gives them an opportunity to debate and discuss what I propose.
No, I mean, you can just let us what you propose. If they want to say something, they can say it.
Well, should I explain the procedure I think should be followed in
within a
order to
reasonable
arrive at the
timeframe?
solution first? Excuse me?
You can explain what you're looking to do, and then I'll decide
Okay.
from there.
I'd like to open it up to debate so that everyone has an opportunity to say something in regards to what I have to propose. I think that each member of the council should have an opportunity to bring in an amendment to what I propose or decline to. Once everyone has done that and you feel that it's been fully debated, each of the amendments that were proposed should be voted on. It should meet the same criteria of 6 votes in order to pass. there should be a maximum of 3 ballots. Once that is done and everyone is satisfied that everybody got their opportunity, that you should then vote on what was proposed. Same criteria, 6 votes, maximum of 3 ballots. Once that's been established and if it's been accepted, I think each of the 2 remaining candidates that are deadlocked at this point in time should have the opportunity to confer with each other. If they agree with the terms of the proposal, that they should come before the council and say that they accept or do not. In addition, it's very important, that question that was asked, and that I believe Lucy should come forward and also promise that she will not run in November. I have no quorums with her running for another office, just can't run for councilor at large. If I may, I assure you that the proposal itself has nothing to do with arm wrestling, the cutting a deck of cards for the highest card, coin toss, or perhaps more appropriately here in Salem, the use of a Ouija board, because the Ouija board was manufactured here in Salem at one time by Parker Brothers. What I am doing is taking in 2 important points that were raised during the last session. The fact that Steve is probably perceived to be the one that's more capable to be up and running and could get off to a good start. And the other is that Lucy did promise not to run for this particular office again. My proposal is to split the term. First half to Steve, second half to Lucy. Because Lucy says that she won't run for the office, then it remains open and the people get to choose in November. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll keep that under advisement, but I'd rather have the way the process we have right now, one person fill in the spot. Okay, so everyone has spoken. So we'll start with the ballot, 301. And the roll call is going to go reverse because of Councilor Preby.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our council is going to be given an opportunity to speak if they want before we start.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, before we vote, I just want any councilor that would like to make a statement, any discussion, just raise your hand and I'll call on you. Councilor Sosnowski.
Mr. President, are we going to do that in alphabetical order or reverse order, or are we going to just do it by hand?
The discussion?
The discussion part, yes.
Let's do it by hand. I mean, we're not going to be voting right now.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay, if I may.
Okay.
I'll be very brief.
Go ahead.
Tonight, my intention right now on the very first ballot, number 301, is to vote for Steve Pinto on the first ballot, but only the first ballot. Last Thursday, I was told by certain councilors the only reason why they voted for someone else other than Steve was they were told that Steve would then vote for me to be the council president. That being said, I want it to be known by everybody that after that meeting was over, I decided for the betterment of the city here to move this thing forward, I would not run for that position, which I did not, and it's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. The city needs to move forward. If there's a second ballot, and if that time comes, I will not be voting for Steve on the second ballot, however, because now it's time to break this and we need to move on. This city needs to move forward, and we cannot be here doing what we did last Thursday. You know that. Everybody sitting here knows that. The first ballot's going to show who's going to keep their word. That was their reasoning Thursday? Well, let's see if that was truly their reasoning. This will show what the integrity and honor of that statement was back then. The thing that's really bothering me the most about all this is during this entire procedure, when Thursday evening, actually Friday morning, was over, all of us, nobody excluded, nobody, we all got emails, letters, and phone calls. And what's bothering me the most is out of everybody, only 2 people chose to ask me what is the other side of the story. Only 2 out of everybody. You know, the part here that bothers me is like history repeating itself. Hundreds of years ago, all right, a bunch of hysterical teenage girls accused a woman of being a witch. We're famous for this. The entire town at the time bought into it. Nobody asked, what is the truth? What's the other side of the story? Nobody bothered to ask. As a consequence, a lot of good people were hung or stoned to death. Now all of a sudden we come forward here a couple of years ago, a lot of misinformation goes out there, and the entire city buys into it. Nobody's asking, what's the other side of the story, what's the truth? During this entire process here, I have served with Steve for 4 years. Over 90% of the time, Mr. Steve Pinto voted in favor of things that the mayor wanted. Quite honestly, all of us so-called obstructionists have done the same thing. Over 90% of the time we've done that. We never rubber stamped anything because we voted on everything on its own merits. If it was good, we'd support it. If it was bad, we'd debate it. And if it was really bad, we would not support it. I am honored to know that man. He's a great man. I think it's wrong, and I think the upcoming term, after this vote, if he doesn't get it on the first ballot, I'm not going to vote for him a second time. I'm not going to continue that. But I got to tell you, I am hoping we have all kinds of terms here, because I've heard a lot of people want to come out and talk about things, about, oh, let's get rid of all these people that sit on the council. Well, I am looking forward to that because I want a forum for the truth to be known. And we need that, and I am really looking forward. But meanwhile, tonight, I'm hoping this doesn't go past second, maybe a third ballot, and that's it, because this city needs to move forward. And we need to do whatever we need to do to get there. And that's my statement. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Sosnowski. Any other councilor? You don't have to get up and make a statement. You don't have to. He told us how he was going to vote. Councilor Toriel.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's 6 good people who put their names in here. 5 of them are here tonight. They're no, and I apologize for my voice. This is not a result of Thursday night. This is a result of a cold. Like I said, 6 good people put their names in. 6 people who are capable of being a city councilor put their names in. And a lot of us have said things. There's been a lot of discussion on both sides, and nobody, at least I hope, nobody is saying that any of these 6 people cannot be a city councilor, are not capable of being a city councilor, are not people worthy of being a city councilor. It's not an issue like that, and it really never has been for me, and I think for pretty much any of the remaining 9 of us as well. It's a matter of who we thought was the best person to do the jobs under the traditions and precedents that we had. We wound up getting locked into a bad place early, and unfortunately, we were never able to break that logjam last Thursday, and I apologize to the city of Salem and to my colleagues and to the people who do and don't vote for it. It was something that we really should not have done. We should have been able to do better of it, and hopefully, once we get through this tonight, hopefully we will be able to keep doing a better job and to do the best job possible for this city.
Councilor Carr.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just very briefly, Mr. Pinto is correct. He mentioned some of my comments from the other night regarding my opinions on the power of incumbency, and I believe I clearly stated those opinions the other night. But I also had some other comments that maybe I didn't elaborate on as much as I could have, and maybe I just chose at that time not to. But I want to clarify, my vote here tonight. Last Thursday, I in my comments, I brought up the 2011 election results. They are what they are. The election results from 2011, the election occurred. They are what they are. I take issue with those who believe my actions are actions to align myself with some type of a faction or side. My conscience is clear. I make informed decisions, and I make decisions based on what I believe to be in the best interest of Salem. I have publicly stated I'm embarrassed by what had happened on Thursday night, and I want to move forward. I heard your comments, Mr. President, last night as we were here for our organizational meeting. Let's move forward. I believe that we can work together. I believe that we can reach consensus. And I also believe that the voters of Salem spoke last fall, and I think that we need to adhere to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilor wishing to speak?
Yeah, sir. I will if nobody else is ready. Anybody else, sir?
Councilor Sargent.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, based on criteria, about 10 good points I put together. I felt the other night, I continue to feel, and I will always feel that I voted for the best candidate for the job. I took this like an employer, a corporate man with an opening in a job. And I put together a decent amount of criteria, and I worked it every which way. And every way I did the math, I felt there was a clear person that was the best candidate for this job. I don't know of any other way to think about that. And the biggest irony in all of this for me is the election results. That was one of my criteria. No one could ignore last election's results. That wasn't emails. That was certified by the city clerk results of a vote. There's no opinion on them. People check what they want. And when I spoke to Derek, I clearly told him that was going to be one of my criteria. We went with some other ones. And was surprised, you know, as far as who applied. And the most ironic thing to me is that for months after Joan Lovely decided to run for senator, I had probably at least 50 people that I know and respect, and some very forcefully come up to me and say, if Joan wins, the next person in line was voted in by the people, very forcefully. The people have spoken. There's the next person in line, the first runner-up. And when the people who applied, I went to many of those people, and I said, how do you feel? I got your email, I understand what you were saying, and I was considering that seriously. If number 5 just did not apply, do you want me to take that same thinking and now go to the second runner-up, number 6? And I got a lot of no's from those people. And I can't understand the logic in that give or take 1,895 votes for one person are not good votes, but 30 more, 35 more, no more than 50 more, you know, were good votes for another person. People vote how they vote. People are right, the election results are the election results. We cannot ignore them. But we have a second runner-up here that got 1,895 or so votes last election. And somehow some people, a certain very vocal and somewhat minority group, are asking us to ignore those election results. And I just asked the council to take a look there. We have a second runner-up. But other criteria, you know, who's been a councilor before? Who's been a councilor at large? Who's been the most recent councilor? Who knows the issues going on the most? Character is a mark of what you do when people aren't looking. When people weren't looking, when there wasn't a meeting that was on TV at licensing board, Board of Appeals, neighborhood meetings, I was paying attention to who was there. And way more often than not, Mr. Pinto was there. When he left office, he didn't stop what he was doing. He had issues that were started, and he stayed with them, even when nobody was looking, and still represented those people, those ideas, those thoughts, and kept after it. And that's a great mark of integrity, and that was something that I took notice of. All those different things. Who put their name on the ballot? Who did the work? Who walked door to door? You know, all those different things. If you come to this pool of candidates, there has to be, no matter how you put it into a computer, there will be a clear winner on that. And that's Mr. Pinto, and I will stay with him as long as he's willing to stay in this. I will vote for the person I feel is the best person for this job to do the work for these people and to continue doing that work. Thank you.
Councilor Fieri.
Mr. President, having gone through a process like this before in this very chamber myself, as I explained before, in a special election, we went 35 ballots and I lost and I came in 4th. So I tried to convince the Charter Commission years ago with Councilor Keefe, and your father was on board, lo and behold, the Charter Commission to allow the 4th person to get in, and that made the majority approach. There wasn't a consensus on that Charter Commission to make the 4th choice for City Council. It wasn't. So I tried very hard, because I know what it's like. Go through. Jim knows what it's like. Seth, who ran for school committee last time, knows what it was like in the special election. And you yourself know a little bit, Councilor, Mr. President, that you ran for council at large one time and lost. And I don't know how your feelings would be. I asked you on Sunday night about the process. No fun losing. Whether you, the 4th person, the 5th person should get it or not, on the special election we talked about over the phone on a Sunday night, because I talked to you that Thursday night about that situation, saying what could happen, what should happen, because we've all gone through it. No fun going through an election and losing. So I give great credit. I sat down with Chris for 2 hours in a coffee shop and talked about the issues and the concerns and bright shining star. And what we're going to do tonight is, we're not going to reflect, if we do elect another mayor, we're not going to reflect the true consensus of the city of Salem. Demographics, the geography, Salem 2013. We vote another situation that's in. I was for Derek Barsikowski on the first ballot. I Love Lucy on the second situation. She would be an outstanding candidate. I hope for compromise too tonight. I sincerely hope for compromise. But I sincerely believe that there'll be quite a few changes on the city council, maybe even myself, in November, because I think the voters will be very disturbed by that process. So I think there'll be major changes in the city council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Fieri. Any other councilors? Councilor O'Keefe, can you take the chair? I just want to say.
Recognize Councilor Ward 4, Jerry O'Ryan.
Thank you,
Councilor
Mr. President. Since last Thursday, a lot of things have happened. A lot of phone calls. The way this process was set up, I talked to some people back in '85. The process was different. You would just talk to your ward councilor, say you want to be nominated, and then go to the meeting. You didn't have to send your resume in or anything like that. This process was used right now. The process we use now was used with 2006 when Mike Benkel resigned. So we figured that would be the best process. One of the things I'm going to take from this is this process needs to be looked at, and the council, the charter says that the council has to get the replacement, but it doesn't tell us how we need to do that. That needs to be addressed this year, so we have something in place so Thursday doesn't happen again. It was a battle of the wills. I mean, we have 6 great candidates. I've had over the weekend people were calling, former councilors, other interested candidates wanted to get in now, and I thought they would be great, but you know what? They didn't put their name in when the time was. We had these 6 candidates here, and I felt that it would be a slap in the face to them if you went outside and got someone. So we're going to choose from out of the 6. Like Councilor Fieri said, we discussed it back in 2001. I did run for councilor at large. I came in 5th behind Arthur Sargent. I think it was by a lot. It wasn't even close. But he asked me, how would you feel if you're next in line? I mean, it is tough. I mean, probably at that time, I probably would have wanted to been put in, but if they didn't want me in there, I mean, I probably wasn't experienced enough. That was my first run for office. And it always brings me back to former councilor Swiniak, when I asked him when I decided to run for councilor at large, and was talking with him and saying, well, I don't know if I'm qualified enough, blah, 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 because you see all these councilors up here, and sometimes it seems like they're doing some complicated work. And he just said to me, he goes, can you breathe? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're qualified. And I just thought that was the funniest thing. It just brings it back. It's just like, you know what? You just want to be a good councilor. You just want to make Salem a better place. And people say I'm crazy because I'm deciding to run for councilor at large, that I would vote for Steve Pinto, someone who could be competition. I don't see it that way. I see it, residents of Ward 4, even though he lost the whole election, he came in 2nd place in Ward 4. And I've known Steve, I've worked with him, and Lucy, being a ward councilor, after she left office, she's staying in there. She's helping the neighborhood just as much, if not more, than if she was the ward councilor. And I think she does great things down there. I'm glad to see that neighborhood starting to come back. But I just hope, I hope this spurs people to run, because more competition brings a better product. And if I'm not the best product for it, then you know what, gone. I'll go move on, and the next person take over. I'm doing what's best for Salem, and I hope that more people will get involved, like Chris says. People get mobilized and make it a better city, because we'll be one of the best cities in the state, and that's all I want to see, whether I'm here or watching on the other side or on TV like I used to. But thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. Any more comments? Councilor O'Keefe.
Move that we start balloting it at number 301.
Councilor O'Keefe moves that we start the ballot, and it's going to be reverse order, reverse alphabetical order. So we'll do the same we did last time, where they would call the councilor's name, and they would just state who they're going to vote for. Is that correct, Madam City Clerk?
Mr. President.
Counselor Torrio?
You may want to just, for the people watching, because I'm sure we have fairly high viewership tonight, you may want to explain to them why we're in reverse order now.
It's an odd year.
Yeah, an odd year, on even years, the roll call vote is alphabetical order. In odd years, we go reverse. So because we weren't organized on Thursday, it was alphabetical order, and now we're reversing. So instead of Carr being first, Councilor Carr will be, well, second to last. All right, so Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Terrio.
William H. Legault.
Counselor Sosnowski.
Stephen A. Pinto.
Counselor Siegel.
Stephen Pinto.
Counselor Sargent.
Stephen Pinto.
Counselor Prevey.
Stephen Pinto.
Counselor O'Keefe.
Lucy Cachado.
Counselor McCarthy.
Lucy Cachado.
Counselor Fury.
Lucy Cachado.
Counselor Carr.
William H. Legault.
Counselor Ryan.
Stephen A. Pinto. On the matter of filling the vacancy of Councilor at-large seat as a result of the resignation of Councilor Joan B. Lovely, 10 councilors voting, 3 for Cachado, 2 for Legault, 5 for Pinto. There's no majority, so it does not pass. So we go on to, before we go on to the next ballot, 302, I'd like to allow Councilor Pinto to address. Yes.
Mr. President, members of the City Council, Madam City Clerk, when this whole procedure first started, and there was talk of a runner-up, there was talk of putting your name in, and it appeared to me that while I knew it wasn't going to be easy, even though I had some support, it was one of these things where it turned in, instead of trying to fill Senator Lovely's empty seat, it was more about who we want to make sure doesn't fill the seat. So, and I think I'm that person. I think no matter what we do here, we're not going to arrive at a consensus. We're not going to get the 6th vote. And before I officially withdraw, I would like to just thank, from the bottom of my heart, Councilor Sosnowski for reciting my name 301 times Thursday night. Thank you so much, Councilor. Councilor Todd Siegel, who I've had the privilege and honor to know for only 3 years but not serve with. Thank you, Councilor Siegel. My dear friend and a person who I have had the privilege of serving with for 4 years, Councilor Prevey, thank you. And my old buddy from high school, my football buddy from high school, Arthur Sargent, who said my name 301 times, and I hope he gets 301 votes when he runs this year. He's got mine. He's got my vote. And at last, Mr. President, we had spoken, and you gave me your word. And you know something, Jerry Ryan? Your word's gold with me. You got my vote. I don't know where my political future is going. I am very busy right now working a job 60 hours a week, which is why I couldn't commit the other night. But I just want to say that the friendship, the camaraderie, serving with you 5, I'll always have it and cherish it. So, Mr. President, I am withdrawing my name from consideration, and I want to thank the body, yourself, and Madam City Clerk at this time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, do we need to just make a motion to accept the resignation, or we just note it on the record?
It's noted in the record.
Okay, so we don't need to. All right.
Lucy once.
Lucy Cochato. Yeah.
Lucy.
Yep. I'm gonna draft it.
Thank you. Well, as a woman of my word, as I had stated earlier, it was my hope that Stephen Pinto would have chosen not to early on, and I would have followed. But as I stated, I am going to keep my word. And again, thank you all for the opportunity. The most I got of this is at least you guys can now pronounce my last name correctly since it was pronounced over 300 times. So it's Corchado. Remember that. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so before ballot 302, any discussion by the councilors? We have 4 candidates left, well, 4 candidates. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Terrio.
William H. Legault.
Counselor Sosnowski.
William Legault.
Counselor Siegel.
Christopher Sicaranza.
Counselor Sargent.
William Legault.
Counselor Prevey.
William Legault.
Counselor O'Keefe.
Christopher Siguranza.
Counselor McCarthy.
William Legault.
Counselor Fury.
Mr. Legault.
Counselor Carr.
William Legault.
Counselor Ryan.
William H. Legault. Okay, on the vacancy of the Counselor at Large seat as a result of the resignation of Counselor B. Lovely, I declare William H. Legault as the Counselor at Large to fill the expired term with a vote of 8 votes, and there's 2 votes for Christopher Sicaranza. Congratulations, Counselor Salem.
When you're done, Mr. President, just when you're done. May I make a motion that we make the vote unanimous?
That's what I do.
Counselor Sargent made a motion to make the vote unanimous. Any objection? All those in favor? So moved. William H. Legault is the Counselor at Large to fill former Counselor Lovely's seat.
Does he get sworn in tonight, Mr. President?
I don't, any suspension of the rules, or does he want to allow him to say anything?
Well, I would move for suspension of the rules to allow Mr. Legault to address the council, but actually, as a council member, I would actually, before he does that, I would like to swear him in.
Yeah.
Have him sworn in.
Yeah.
Can we ask for a 1-minute recess just so we can swear him in right
Move
now?
for a 1-minute recess.
Okay,
So
so
moved.
moved.
changed the clock back yet? So it looked, I'm sorry, yeah, 20 to 10. So clock looked like it said 20, clock said 20 to 11. It says we're going to take a recess till 11. People left. He came back in 20 minutes and he's like, where's your client? Well, they left till 11.
Oh, we're all set?
We have the councilors please take their seats so we can swear in Mr. William H. Legault. Legault. Sorry. I'm one of those people that pronounces the T.
I've learned to live with it.
Oh, Bell.
Lego like the toy, not Legault like whatever.
I, William H. Legault,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as a counselor at large,
as a counselor at large,
acting to the best of my ability and understanding,
acting to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably with the Constitution and laws
agreeably with the Constitution and laws
of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts
and the Charter and ordinances
and the Charter and ordinances
of the City of Salem,
of the City of Salem,
so help me God.
so help me God.
And I
And I, William Legault,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Move for adjournment?
Councilor Sosnowski?
I move that we entertain Mr. Legault to address the council and the rest of the home audience. Mr. Legault, would you please take your seat among us, please, and
Welcome.
welcome you.
This is for you. It's a tradition.
Councilor Legault, my mistake, I said Mr. Legault, Councilor Legault.
Councilor Legault, would you like to address the council?
Mr. President, yes, I would.
Thank you. You have the floor.
My father right now, although he's no longer with us, would be nuts. He'd be out of his mind. I don't have any sweeping rhetoric or any broad statements to make. I put my name in because I just felt like we needed another voice. I think we all knew what was going to happen. I want to represent the people, the families, and the businesses of Salem with some common sense, earnest dialogue, and sincerity, and that's what I intend to do. And I pledge to the people of Salem, and I pledge to each member of this council that that is exactly what I will endeavor to do each and every day until December 31st of this year. Thank you very much.
Move for adjournment.
Councilor O'Keefe moves for adjournment. All those in favor, opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.